Hey guys, welcome back again. Another short flow. This time we're going to be really working getting into the outer hips. We're going to build some heat and I'm going to cool down all in this short little time sensitive flow for you guys. So we're going to start off straight away just in a comfortable seat for a second. Find that place of stillness. Start to gently drop your right ear to your right shoulder. For a few breaths, feeling this length through the left side of the neck, back through center, left ear to left shoulder. Keep the spine straight. Back up towards center, start to look over the right shoulder. Back towards center, keep that length, look over the left. Start to bring your hands out on the mat in front of you. Make sure they're really active, squeezing the mat. Head up, hips up as you breathe in. Tuck the chin, tuck the hips, push the ground away. We move through our cat-cows. Head up, hips up, inhale. Push the ground away. Tuck them underneath as you breathe out. Take this 2 more times. Try and get this full extension through the spine with the breath in, then a full flexion with the breath. Last one, full round of breath. Come back to that neutral spine on a breath in, tuck the toes, downward facing dog as you breathe out, pedal out the legs if you need to. We're going to find this shape in our bodies as soon as we can, our version of it. Yeah, whatever that may be straight legs, that may be bent legs. Just make sure you're spinning your sitting bones up towards the sky. One more round of breath. Start to come high up on the toes, ripple forward to a high plank. And then land. If this is a bit much, that's totally fine. You can shift forward, drop the knees if you need to. Or try and stay really strong, straight, no matter where you are. Push the ground away. Tuck the sacrum under. Take one more breath out here. Shift forward, breathe in. Drop the knees. Lower all the way down as you breathe out. Just baby cobra 1 time, but we're going to hold it. Head, chest, shoulders lift. Squeeze the upper back. Push the toes into the ground. The upper back's doing all the work here. One more big breath in. Lower down. Breathe out. Keep that bit of core engagement. Push up through that tabletop. Let the hips lift you up and back, downward facing dog. We're going to move straight into our first little flow. So from this down dog shape, take one last breath in. Come high up on the toes as you breathe in. Bend the knees. Breathe out. We're going to step or jump into Malasana. So the feet are going to land outside of the hands. Now here, what we're looking for is a nice straight spine. Yeah, so I'd rather see you up here building this strength than all the way down here and slouched over. You want to be really engaged. So think about lifting the crown of your head towards the sky. Shoulder blades together. You can use your elbows to push the knees out, but we're going to do a little test here. Take your hands away from your knees. If you immediately slump in, you've gone too far. So find your depth. Take a breath out. Start to lift up to a high Malasana. Breathe in. Now when we're in flow, this is where we're going to move straight to. Take one more breath in here. Hands to the ground. Step your left foot back. Lizard lunge. Breathe out. Again here, you can drop the back knee down if you need to. Just make sure that whatever point is down, whether that's toes or knees, there forward is this long straight line. So just take one more breath out here. Start to ground the left hand, right arm lifts, side plank, breathe in. And here, if you need to modify, take that bottom knee towards the earth. Or keep it lifted, but either way you're pushing the ground away. Take one more breath in here. Start to step that top foot, the right foot back to the front of the mat. Breathe out, lizard lunge. Then we step the left foot up, high Malasana. Like I said, this is our starting point. Let's go straight to the other side, step the right foot back, lizard lunge. And again here, just take whatever variation you did on the first side. So if you need to drop the knee down, drop the knee down. And just keep those collarbones broad, this length pulling up and forward. Just one more breath out. Ground the right hand, left foot steps back. Do that with as much control as you can. Land inside plank. Again, if you need to drop the bottom knee, drop the bottom knee. Keep pushing the earth away, lift the hips up. Take one more big breath in, then as slow as you can, start to step that left foot back. Lizard lunge, breathe out. Step the right foot up. High Malasana, breathe in. Sink down, breathe out. So we're going to flow this through one breath, one movement. If you want to move and try and breathe really slow, awesome, go for it. Don't feel like you need to move at my pace. Yeah, this is your practice. We'll take a breath out. Come to that high Malasana, breathe in. Hands to the earth, step the left foot back, breathe out. Ground the left hand, side plank, inhale. Lift the right arm up towards the sky, then just as slow as you got back, step forward, lizard lunge, breathe out. High Malasana, inhale, keep the spine really long. Hands to the earth, step the right foot back. Breathe out, ground that right hand, side plank. Inhale, heaps of control through this transition. And then just as much as you step back forward, lizard lunge, breathe out. High Malasana in. Sink the hips down, breathe out. Take it one more time, lift up, breathe in. Hands to the earth, left foot goes back, lizard lunge. Left foot down, right arm lifts, side plank, breathe in. Slowly, the right foot forward, lizard lunge, breathe out. Step up to that high Malasana. Right foot goes back, lizard lunge, breathe out. Side plank, inhale. Slowly to lizard lunge. On the breath out, step up that high Malasana in. Fold, forward, breathe out. You can start to walk your feet back towards each other. And here, bend your knees as much as you need. Let the head and shoulders hang heavy. There's this weight pulling towards the earth. Take one more breath out here. Slowly roll up to standing. When you get there, roll the shoulders back. Into our next little flow, start to ground your right foot down. Feel your toes spread out. Take a breath out. Lift the left knee, stork pose, breathe in. And a few breaths here to find this balance. Lift the knee up, but keep the belly button in, don't lean back. Take one more breath in. Start to take your left ankle over your right knee, open eagle. And it's a variation of Garudasana. We want to keep the spine straight, start to send the hips down and back, keep that left foot flexed. Take one more breath out. Back up through stork pose, breathe in. Revolve stork. So the left knee is up, the right arm is forward. And here we want to keep this length through the spine. This twist is coming from the upper back. Take one more breath out here. Warrior 3 as you breathe in. So start to send that left foot back, arms come forward. If you need to bend the standing leg, bend it, but keep the lifted leg really strong. Now this transition we're about to take, I want you to take it as slow as you can. Take one more breath in. Warrior 2 as you breathe out. Big toe mound touches down first and we land in Warrior 2. We want to make sure that we're not putting too much pressure on the inside of the foot, so the big toe mound touches first, then that outer edge comes down. Keep the right knee over the right ankle. Take one more breath out here. Ground down that right foot. Keep the knee where it is. Reverse warrior, breathe in. Skandasana, breathe out. And just like that Malasana, I'd rather see you up here building strength than all the way down here and passive. Yeah, but ideally you find that happy medium where you're in a place where you're lengthening through the muscles, but you're also strong. Take one more breath out. Ground that right foot, stork pose, breathe in. Touch the foot down, breathe out. Now we'll take it on the other side. Left foot grounds, right knee lifts, inhale. A few breaths here to find this balance. Yeah, feel that weight shifting. All those little muscles working. Take one more breath in, right ankle over left knee as you breathe out. Open eagle. Flex the toes on the right foot now. Start to sink the hips down and back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together if you can. Take one more breath out. Stork pose, rise up, breathe in. Revolve it on the breath out. So now it's left arm forward, right knee lifted. If you want to start to look to the side or back, you're welcome to play around with that balance. One more exhale. Warrior 3. Breathe in. Send the arms forward. That right heel kicking through the back wall. Good. Just one more breath in here. Then as slow as you can, landing in Warrior 2. On the exhale, make sure the weight is going down and back. The left knee stays straight over the left ankle. Relax the shoulders. You don't need to be super uptight here. Enjoy this practice. Take one more breath out. Reverse, lift the left arm up. Skandasana over the right leg. Again, don't sink all the way down to the earth if you're passive there. Stay at a place where you're really strong. One more breath out. Ground the left foot, stork pose. Catch the balance. Drop the foot down. And shake them out if you need to. Start to flow this through. One breath, one movement. Ground the right foot down on an exhale. Left knee lifts, breathe in. Take that left ankle over the right knee, open eagle, breathe out. Back up through stork, lift that left knee again, breathe in. Revolve stork, send the right arm forward, twist through the upper back, breathe out. Ground down that right foot, Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3, breathe in. Then super slow and control, land in Warrior 2. Keep the legs where they are. Reverse, breathe in, reach up. Skandasana to that place of strength as you breathe out. Ground the right foot, stork, catch the balance. Foot touches down, breathe out. So lift the right knee on the in. Take it over the knee, sink the hips down, breathe out. Back up through stork, inhale. Lower half stays where it is, revolve on the breath out. Warrior 3, send that right heel through the back wall. Then super slow, Virabhadrasana 2. On the breath out, keep the legs where they are, reverse, reach up. Skandasana, as you breathe out, ground the left foot, lift up, stork pose. Slowly touch that foot down one more time either side. Left knee lifts. Open eagle, sink the hips down. Breathe out, back up through stork. Revolve, right arm forward, left arm back. Warrior 3. On the breath in, then on the breath out, super slow. Warrior 2. Lower half stays, reverse. Skandasana. Breathe out. Ground that right foot, stork pose, catch the balance. Slowly down. One more time on the other side, right knee lifts. Take the ankle over the knee as you breathe out. Back up through stork. Use the whole breath in, then twist on the exhale. We always twist on a breath out. Warrior 3, send that heel through the back wall, then with control, touch the back foot down. Warrior 2, stay deep in the legs. Reverse, lengthen through this left side. Skandasana, breathe out. Ground left foot, stork, breathe in. Slowly touch the foot down, wobble out the legs. Good. Start to bring your feet together. And get straight into this last little bit of play before we start to cool down. Come high up on your toes. Hands at heart. Or slowly start to bend through your knees. Sink down towards the mat. We're coming into side crow. Now, another beautiful thing about these online classes, if you want to pause this, play around with it, pause it, and play with this pose. We'll start by bringing the knees to one side. Yeah? So I've taken my knees to the right. I'm bringing my right arm to the outside of my left knee. This is option number 1. As always, there is bus stops, but no matter what you do, ground your fingertips. Start to shift forward, bend through your arms, maybe one toe comes off, maybe two. Yeah, you're welcome to stay here. If you want to come into Vinyasa, you can. It's always an option. The other way we can come into this pose, it requires a little more twisting, but a little less upper body strength. So give both a try, especially if you're new to this pose. The other option, hands to the ground. I've still got my right elbow to the outside of my left knee, but now I'm bringing my left elbow to my left hip. So once that comes down, notice how I have 2 points of contact now. Start to shift forward, land inside crow again if you want to come into Vinyasa. The option is there. Guys, take some time to play around with it. If you want to pause the video, pause the video. Quickly try it on the other side. So hands ground, again, bus stops, yeah? Number 1 is just feeling weight into the hands. Start to shift, maybe one toe comes off, maybe that's it for you, amazing. Or maybe you come into side crow, maybe you extend bottom leg out to the side and the top leg back. Awesome. Really good job, guys. You can start to roll out the wrists. Again, if you want to stop and play around with that posture, stop and play around with it. Yeah? We'll give the wrists a little bit of love. Amazing. Start to come back up to a forward fold. You're going to come into Padahastasana, which I love after arm balances. Bend your knees as much as you need, but you're trying to bring your toes into your wrist creases. Start to massage them out. Then head and shoulders hang super heavy. One more breath here. Slowly start to come off the hands. Place the hands on the earth. Step back to a downward facing dog. Just feel the shape again. Notice the difference between now and the beginning of practice. Feel your sitting bones spinning up. Feel yourself pushing the ground away. Slowly start to walk the feet towards the hands. Sit down on your mat. We're coming into Sukhasana or a box sit. Bring your left shin parallel to the front of the mat. The right ankle is either going to come on top of the left knee. This is not a very accessible shape for a lot of people. So for most of us, it's going to be that right shin in front of the left. But we call this a box sit. The shins are far away from the hips and the thighs are going close to forward. Yeah, it's going to feel like it's a bit far away, but that's what we want. This may be enough for your outer hips. Yeah? So make sure you're sitting up straight. Again, you could be cool here if that's the case. Awesome. If you want a little more, take a big breath in. Feel that length through the spine. Start to hinge forward. Release down. And just a few breaths here. You can flex through your toes to take some of the pressure out of your knees if there is any. Just 2 more breaths. Feel that midsection expand with the breath in. Feel yourself sink down into it as you breathe out. 1 more. Slowly start to lift back up on a breath in. Just switch the legs over. Right shin now parallel with the front of the mat. You can take that left ankle on the knee or just in front. Take a big breath in. Length through the spine, then start to hinge at the hips if you need it. Again, it may be enough sitting up if that's the case. Perfect. Just 2 more breaths. Feel that midsection expand and allow yourself to melt into it. Slowly start to lift back up. Bring your legs out in front, coming into Paschimottanasana. We're going to take the active version. This has been a pretty active class. Length through the spine. Make sure the sitting bones are going almost back. You can take a bend through your knees if you need to. Lift up on a breath in. Take the chest towards the toes. That's a really good kind of thing to keep in your head anytime we fold forward. When you take the chest to the toes, that's going to help keep the spine straight and get more of a stretch through the hamstring, because if you just round through your lower back, that's where the lengthening's going. You want to keep that straight, chest towards toes. Then once you get to your depth, you can start to not round over, but sink into the posture. Just 2 more big breaths in. Use that breath again to sink down deeper. Slowly lift up, roll down onto your back. Hug both knees into your chest. Start to let them move over to the right side. Keep your shoulders on the earth. Just this gentle twist. If you have a prop around a block or a pillow, you can place it underneath or in between your knees for a little more support. But just like in our flow, whenever we twist, we want to do it from the upper back, the thoracic spine. So every time you exhale, feel this twist become a little deeper. Feel your spine release. Just 1 more breath. Start to hug the knees back in. Walk side to side, then eventually let them fall over to the left side. Time you breathe out, release a little bit more. Feel the shoulders heavy. This twist to come. 1 more big breath. Slowly back to center. Bring your knees into your armpits, coming into happy baby. So either grab behind your thighs, or if you can, grab the outer edges of your feet. Start to hug them in towards the armpits. Try and keep your shoulders and your hips on the earth. Just 1 last release through the hips. One more breath. Start to send your legs out long, your arms down by your sides. We land in Shavasana. Even for a short flow like this, it's important we close it out and finish this journey together. So let go of whatever tension you're holding on to. Let go of your breath. Sink down into the mat. Close your eyes if you haven't already. Just watch the breath move in and out. Feel your belly rise and fall. to bring some awareness back to your breath. Or if you need to, you can stay here for as long as you feel is necessary, but when you feel the desire to move, start to take some small, gentle movements in your fingers and your toes. When you're ready, begin to roll onto one side, whatever side feels most comfortable to you. Begin to move towards a comfortable seat. Keeping your eyes closed, but when you get there, bring your hands to your heart in Anjali Mudra, a gentle bow of your head. Take a moment to not just acknowledge yourself for this practice, but also all of the other people doing this practice, whatever theirs may be. As always, I leave you with what Maharaja left Ram Das: love everybody, tell the truth. Namaste. Thank you so much, guys, for continuing to practice with you. We're so excited to be able to share this on this platform, and as always, if you have any questions, any feedback, or any requests even for something you'd like to do in a class, something you'd like to focus on, please shoot us a message on either the Facebook group or on social media. Thank you, guys.